Woo! Boys, I've spent a lifetime literally around men. Real men. Good men, dangerous men, broken men, real men, loud men, weak men pretending to be strong men, strong men pretending they didn't care, a whole lot of strong men pretending they didn't care, and men who called themselves alpha, like saying it out loud, made it true. And after all the miles, after all the work, all the fights, all the rooms, all the engines, all the long roads and strange turns life has taken me on, I've come back to one simple conclusion. The kind of men I want around me are not the ones performing masculinity. They're the ones carrying it. I'm not looking for the loudest man in the room. I'm not looking for the biggest ego, the most chest thumping, the best salesman of his own image. I've seen enough of that. That kind of man usually folds when pain shows up, when work really fucking sucks. And it sucks for a long time. And when loyalty actually fucking costs something. When responsibility gets heavy. What I'm looking for is different. I want to be around men who can be trusted with weight. Men who tell the truth even when it costs them. Men who can build something. Men who can. Men who can hold a line. Men who know how to work with their hands and think with clarity. Men who don't panic. Men who don't gossip. Men who don't need to dominate every conversation to feel like they exist. And men who are dangerous enough to matter, but disciplined enough to be safe for their own people. That matters to me because I am a father now. I am building a life, not just surviving one. And when you start seeing life clearly, you realize that who stands around you becomes part of your children's inheritance. The men you shape, the air, that air is in your houses. They shape your standards. They shape what gets normalized. They shape what your sons think strength looks like. More than most, they really shape what your sons think strength looks like. And I'm choosing carefully. I want men with humor, not mockery. Conviction, but not delusion. Strength, but not cruelty. That competence that is not arrogance. And the ability to sit down later with reverence that is not weakness. And maybe the biggest one of all, I want men who still believe that something higher is watching. We're at least a part of it all. Right, Em? Yeah. Because whatever this is, I don't know. I was born here and I keep waking up here. And this is the way that I'm going to go. Because I've live too much life now not to know that there are things that don't make sense unless God has his hand in them. I've seen too much chaos, too much timing. I feel like the timing part of it is a weird way to say that. There's something to those quotes. There's no fate but what we make. And I try to repeat that, but I don't know how that works. I think there is some sort of beautiful truth at the end of all of it, and some of it beautiful, some of it brutal. And, brutalism is definitely a form of art, and some of it hard to explain without just saying that was providence, or that was judgment, or that was mercy. So where I'm at now is real simple. I no longer want. I no longer need. I have no need of more actors in my life. I don't need more fake alphas. I do not need more boys in men's clothing. I want steady men. Literal builders. What the fuck have you been doing with your life? What are you doing? What have you done? Let's fucking go, man. Men who can laugh hard, work hard, suffer well, and remain honest. Men who love their people and who can be counted on when the night gets motherfucking long. And I'm here to say, I got a family too. And I'm trying to grow my family, but I'm trying to build. That's the kind of company I'm looking for. That's the kind of men and the kind of man I'm trying to be. And if God wills it, that's the kind of men I want walking beside me through this next chapter. So this is a calling out to the perspective system itself. My name is Kevin Allen Wells. I'm the great grandson of a man named Thomas Wells, an orator and signer. He's the dude that wrote down America's first constitution, quote unquote, 1639. I am the descendant of a Puritan migrant from the 1620s who came to this piece of land with good intentions, long term. The only man to have ever held every office in Connecticut. The founding of Hartford, Connecticut is attributed to the guy before me. And then a long legacy after that from the Civil War, where Joel Wells lost his life at the Battle of Stones River, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Immediately as the war is one of the most bloodiest, if not the most bloodiest day of the entire Civil War, is a day that my ancestor gave his life for. Union soldier. Okay? Good to go. My family moves. We make our way across the country. We have a run-in with the natives. We're headed west. We have a run-in with the natives, perhaps. We're not basically in Colorado. My family's been in Colorado since the 1800s, and we have done every job here, from mining to working for the Bureau of Prisons, to riding rope, hammering paint, and doing things that most men just can't. And, I inherited nothing from my parents per se. However, the life experiences that I was granted are unlike any other. And that, I feel like, gives me a different perspective. As an American, I have a sacred duty and a sacred responsibility to remain sovereign as I walk through this valley. As I am an heir to that first revolution. And I lost family members continually throughout the last few hundred years. Birth choices throughout their life, helped by others, choices, death. I have an insight to nearly 1,000 years of my lineage in heavily documented individuals, how they lived, what choices they made. We've taken all of this information and plugged it into our own AI computers, right? We have our own. What I'm trying to get at is I have a data logarithm for a millennium of familial actions choices. I have set the standard. I'm not looking for anybody that wants to lead. I have set the standard for the machine. If you'd like to join the standard and join the standard line, I say, hey man, welcome to the company.